I'm showing up to live my purpose in life today. This is it. I know it doesn't look like much, but I'm working with what I got. I want to talk to you guys today about how I find my sense of purpose in an increasingly stressful and isolating world. Maybe I can help you find some purpose too. Not like in a bull religious way, like I'm gonna give you some great explanation about why you're here. I'm just gonna share with you a little of my process for continuously finding reasons to keep living. Because that isn't always easy, and not everybody gets it. Do you want to see a sick painting I've been working on? Of course you do. This isn't really what the video is about, but I am having a lot of fun with this, so I wanted to share it with you. Purpose is something we severely misunderstand. I've come to understand that purpose is an internal thing. It's happening inside of me. I don't go and find it out there in the world somewhere. And no one else is going to give it to me either. This is a really important life lesson I have learned the hard way. No one is coming to help. And I have made the pleasant discovery that I actually have a lot of control over my sense of purpose in life. If you are a person of religious conviction, I am honestly not trying to offend or argue with you. But the most useful spiritual awakening I have ever personally had was the realization that there isn't actually a God. Let me explain. I would not generally categorize myself as an atheist or anything, but I used to be very spiritual, very, very wooey. And I was so sure that there was this plan and things were meant to be. And I still like to think that there's something out there that's looking out for me and wants me to be happy. But one day, I just kind of realized that there isn't a wizard in the sky making plans for my life. It's kind of comforting sometimes to think that there is a cosmic being that has a plan, but it's also setting myself up to feel like a total piece of shit. Because I go off the path a lot, and also I don't feel grateful every minute of every day of my life. The only plan is the one I come up with myself. Nobody else is doing that. I just understood one day that my only purpose was just whatever I decided it was. This was both freeing and infuriating at the same time. But I started thinking as purpose as more of kind of a verb, just finding ways to be more deliberate about things. You know a real easy way I've found to feel on purpose? And it's easier right now than ever before. Find something that makes you mad and do something about it. Do something you can do to help. You ever get mad at the government and it makes you feel kind of helpless? So I live in America where there is currently no shortage of things to be mad at the government about. So for those of you who don't live here, in the States we have a program called SNAP, which is a federal subsidy program that provides emergency food to people who are not able to buy groceries for whatever reason. It's a really important program, and because of the government shutdown, people did not get their SNAP benefits in the month of November. It's just a big fucking mess. This is like an actual emergency. It's an important thing, and fortunately it is something that if you live here, you can practically do something about. Normally, I don't take donations places, and I don't volunteer. I am living my best single parent life here. I am totally the person that's take my credit card, I will donate money, I will give money to your cause. I ain't doing it, I ain't got time. Because I have kids, I really felt like we needed to go physically get food and bring it to a donation site. I really wanted my kids to have that experience because I want to help them understand kind of better what's really going on right now and the consequences of what's happening with the government. And one of the things I've discovered in the cryptocurrency tap to pay world is that because so much stuff is electronic and happens behind the scenes, it's a little bit hard sometimes for my kids to grasp and understand things when they don't have like a tactile real world experience. But for this, I decided we went out to the grocery store because I don't have like extra pantry food in my house. Like I don't keep extra stuff. And we went to the store and we bought the things and packed them up and we took them to the donation site, which isn't a particularly big deal. It's just something that needs to get done. Doing simple real world things that just kind of need to be done that I don't personally benefit from really does help me so much. Like it clears out so much mental debris and it just helps me focus so much more clearly on things that matter. Just feeling like I am contributing to something. I just want to throw that out there. Taking action always helps us feel more powerful. And in my experience, it really only takes a little bit of action. And purpose changes. It's not a static thing. Like when I was young, I thought activism was my purpose. And it was. But I also wanted to do more creative things. So then I thought being an artist was my purpose. And it was. But I also wanted to have a family. So I did that. And boy, kids for sure do give you a sense of purpose in this life. Do recommend. And I thought that was going to be my permanent sense of purpose. And it kind of is. And there is a sense of fulfillment that I do get from caring for my kids or helping them with things. But it isn't the whole of my identity. Like I need other to do. My kids are people with their own lives. They are not projects for me to succeed at. And my purpose was to be a good wife at one time, which feels very cringe to say in hindsight, but it was. And then one day, it wasn't. And every time I have ever moved on or shifted or de-emphasized one of these purposes, there has always been grief involved with letting go of those identities. I always feel guilty, like I've given up on a dream. But I don't think I have really. I'm just kind of expanding. And feeling a sense of purpose comes and goes. Sometimes it is easy to identify the reasons to keep going, and sometimes it feels vague. This is going to sound super sappy, but I have always renewed and reinvented myself and my sense of purpose by staying in touch with my childhood dreams. Or just dreams I've had at different times in my life. Seriously, like, what did these previous versions of myself really want? And I look for themes. What has endured? What dream? What desire of yours from way back has endured? Well-meaning, lovely people who want to help me when I'm totally lost in life will often ask the question, what is your dream job? I don't have a dream job. I never have. I don't dream of laboring to make money for other people. I'm not trying to lay a depressing trip about capitalism on you here. I'm just telling the truth because that seems to be what I'm doing on this planet. If I had a dream occupation as a child, it would have been YouTuber, content creator, which I think is a pretty normal ambition. I have only ever wanted to create things that are entertaining or otherwise helpful to other people. That's it. YouTube wasn't a thing when I was a child. Not just YouTube wasn't a thing, actually, like the whole internet wasn't a thing yet. I never really understood what I wanted to do with my life because I was taught that paid employment was the only thing that counted as doing something. And I've never been against it, really. I have always worked, but I don't care. Like, no one ever told me what an artist was. I thought I was just this weirdo loser who didn't want to do anything, because that was kind of the idea I got about myself from the adult world. It was like, because there wasn't a traditional job that interested me and I hated school, I was lazy. You know what my enduring childhood dream really was? To live in a Jim Henson production. I'm not kidding. I wanted to live on The Muppet Show, or Sesame Street, or Fraggle Rock, but not the Dark Crystal. When I was little, I kind of did live in a Jim Henson production. When I was young, we lived in Brooklyn, in an old brownstone on 14th Street, Park Slope. And I lived in Bert and Ernie's apartment. You probably don't know this about me, but I have a lifelong obsession with puppets. Specifically the Muppets, but other kinds of puppets as well. And this is where it came from. I thought Sesame Street was the most normal thing on earth because it literally looked like the place I lived. And now I'd like to introduce you to my friend. This is Opal. Hi, Opal.
Hi, how are you? Is this your audience?
This is my audience right there in the camera. Tell us about yourself, Opal. Do you have a favorite color?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite animal?
Octopus.
What's the meaning of life, Opal? What are any of us doing here?
Cookie.
Do you think we should make cookies?
We should make cookies.
Okay. Opal, what do you like to do to feel creative?
I like to go out in New York, and I like to get a bunch of, like, if it's like trash on the ground, and I like to get it, and I like to make origami swans.
Opal, do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, they have to exist.
I would agree. I think aliens must exist. I don't think any of them are hiding in New Mexico.
Yeah, that's insane, guys.
They must be out there somewhere, though, right?
How could we be the only ones in the universe, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense when you think about it. Maybe this is a news broadcast. What kind of news should we be giving people?
Today, politics.
Opal, what am I doing with my life?
Well, that's a hard question. And it all starts with getting a therapist.
Get a therapist, okay? You got this.
High five.
I'm going back to my trailer.
So my point is, oh my God, are you still here? My point is that my dreams and the pursuit of them is valid, even if it seems weird and ridiculous and doesn't make sense to other people. And living my dreams is not about trying to go back and impress people from my past who failed to see my value. I do not need to explain or defend what matters to me to anyone. I just do what makes me happy, which is usually just making odd things and talking to you guys. And it always takes me down this path that feels purposeful because it means something to me. And the point is really that I'm sharing it with people. That's how we build community. That's how we find our people. That is where the fulfillment I'm seeking really is. It's in those connections. What are your dreams? Tell me in the comments. I promise I'm not going to think they're weird. I actually really do want to try doing a puppet show sometime soon and maybe making my own puppets. Let me know if you would watch something like that. Not sponsored or anything, but these puppets, by the way, are made by an amazing company called Folkmanis. I will put a link to their website down in the description if you're interested in your own. Thank you so much for showing up here and being a part of my dream job, because I am a YouTuber, like mission accomplished. Not a successful one or anything, but I'm here. What are you gonna do about it? People can't stop you from making the things you love just because you kind of suck at it. They can't. Special shout out to Jerry, my puppeteer.
Hi there. Subscribe!